All right, hey everybody, here live at the HPA Tech Retreat 2022 in the flesh. It's nice to see everybody. We got Marc Rowley from LiveCGI, the CEO. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, so we were talking about your background, and you invented something cool that everybody's seen in football. So if you're a football fan, Brian Porter, check it out. What did you invent?
If you Google who invented the pylon cam, my name comes up. I was in my son's bedroom, came up with an idea, pitched it to a couple producers. They said, let's do it. Got Chris, Dave, and Gaines together, and we started making a prototype. Ran the first one, I think it was in 2012, 2013. Spent a couple years getting NFL games, and finally got it in Monday Night Football. It was pretty awesome. It actually changed the outcome of the NFL games. First one was a guy named Odell Beckham. He was running toes across. He saw his toe down. The officials made the call that it wasn't a touchdown, but the pylon camera showed that shot. And
that's the end zone touchdown line cam that basically decides the future of people's brands.
Pretty much, yeah. But there's a lot of people that got involved, so it was cool to get it started, just be part of that process, you know?
Very cool. And so then tell us a little bit more about your background, because I'm very curious about Metaverse as a service with LiveCGI.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved my time at Disney, ESPN, had a lot of fun. 2017, I was on the field for the Pro Bowl and just decided I think I'm done. I need to retire and take a walk. So I retired, 42, had a blast, and took a little time to be a dad, and then decided, let's go out and create things in CGI, because that's what the whole world is going to be focusing on. So I worked on about 6 months, filed a patent around blockchain. So the ability to take any kind of broadcast, put it in the chain, and use a tag/a token to reserve that. That patent was issued in 2020, and then we started cranking and putting our content out. Our first partner was the NBA 2K League. They started using our stuff for virtual studios, those kind of elements. And over the long term, we realized what we were actually building was a set of tools to allow people to be in a three-dimensional space. That three-dimensional space is effectively the metaverse. So what we've done at LiveCGI is we've taken all those concepts and we're making portable tools that allow that actually to happen. So it's conceptual product and allows you to go through and actually build everything you're looking to do, and really comes out with a fun experience. And one of the first projects we worked on is a group called Mempo. And what Mempo does is a Japanese face mask, and they wanted to create a really cool trailer. We created a trailer, and then we used that trailer to create some really cool elements that were these actual small characters, and we took those characters, made them non-fungible tokens, NFTs, sold them, and people had a chance to buy and made a little over 100 ETH, which was awesome, which is around 300,000 US dollars. And at the same point in time, we made video games as part of that. So the metaverse as a service is an entire package around taking things in three-dimensional.
Well, I don't know how you do it. So what's interesting is you see this word metaverse bubble up this last summer, it seems like, and it's kind of so non-grounding. So you have a slide here we should go into just to really dive into the guts of what you guys do, and this is really cool. So what's going on here? I see.
I'll walk you through it. So what we've done is we've broken things down into 5 areas. The first is conceptualization, then we go to production, then we walk you through the blockchain, the experience, and the provenance. Provenance is the most important thing to think about when you think Web3 and Metaverse. What that means is proof of ownership. If you write a script in Hollywood, you put your name on it, that's provenance. You say, I own this script. Well, what's happening now is ownership is starting to be broken down, and it's decentralized, so everyone can own a piece of it. But content creators are going to have a problem. They want to make sure that people know I created this content. If a movie made the content, you want to make sure that's the actual piece of content that got moved around. So what's happening is we're trying to look at it and say, instead of building from I made it forward, go back to the beginning. The beginning is when I have a concept, a creation, what am I going to do? So we work with our clients to do that. That part is a manual process right now, but we're moving to a templatized format. The best way to describe it is when you wanted to do an internet page, want to do a web page, at first you had to find someone that knew how to do it. Then GoDaddy came out, Wix came out, WordPress came out. That's the exact tools we're building in LiveCGI for Web3. We're building the same set of tools, but in three-dimensional through the Unreal Engine. Those guys at Epic are awesome. They gave us a mega grant to help this get going. So those tools is going to be how people use the internet, and it's going to be in this 5 sessions process. Concept, production, put it in the chain, make sure the experience is awesome, make sure you can prove you have provenance. That's the key.
Very cool, very cool. So how far is it? Is the platform ready? You guys getting ready to launch?
We have clients right now that are using it. So like I said, the Mempo guys are the first one. If you jump to the next slide, you'll see the next one there. So just pop over. That was Mempo. So those guys are awesome. They have a lot of fun. There's a little trailer that's in there. There's a whole bunch of videos, and the white paper's done. The blockchain stuff's done. I'm really excited about what Mempo has become. They've created a really cool idea of what's happening. There's a whole hype house created around it. It's just a lot of fun what's there, and you can see these characters. There's a whole Discord community that's jumping on it, and I really love the fact that we created something that now people can say, oh, I understand what this is. And the guys at Mempo have such a head start on everyone else. It's going to be fun to see how they continue to grow. And one of the partners of Mempo is is a PR firm, really a marketing firm called Whaler. They represent a lot of influencers, and they looked in and said, like, this is something we want to be a part of. So it's really cool to see how it's growing and to see like those cutting edge marketing teams go, oh, I know how to jump on this.
Yeah, it's interesting. And we're just talking about creativity and the need for these tools to come together with our friends at ICVR, Sinan, and so you're creating the base layers that allow people to focus on what they're best at, which is the creative part versus the minutia.
Yeah, it's someone like for right now, you're like, well, how do I create a smart contract? Do I get a Solidity developer? How do I go find that? There's a lot of process that people are just gumming together.
Yeah.
And we looked at it and said, let's actually put it together in one simple chain and show you step 1, step 2,
So
step
pipeline.
3, step 4, full pipeline.
Cool.
And Mempo was that first opportunity to do that, and it shows everyone how it is. And we actually made one Unreal game. Second one's coming out. It's going to be a total of 5 games, but they're micro games. They're not big Fortnite level games. They're short burst games. So that's the whole what we do.
Very cool. And what's the website again?
The website is LiveCGI. We also have one product that's rolling out. I want to tell people about it now. It's called Stream My Screen, which is right now we're looking at in the metaverse. People want to be able to stream themselves. We know that's a piece. You want to take your non-fungible token, your avatar, put that on your face, and stream it as yourself. So we made a product called Stream My Screen, and we're really excited to launch it today. It's at HPA. We're super pumped about it. Go to streammyscreen.com. Got to push it.
So you're doing a launch here.
Yeah, doing a launch here.
All right.
Of it. The best part about it is in a few weeks, you're going to be able to mint my moments. What that means is as a streamer, you take your moment, you share it out, you can actually take that moment and mint that, and people can collect it. So
I noticed like on Twitch, you can basically do clips. So now they can actually mint
those clips are going to be able to be minted.
Very
so
cool.
You can actually put them out and people could collect them, could save moments. Like for me, I love the moment when Lawrence Taylor says, let's go out like a bunch of wild dogs and have some fun. I want to own that moment. If they let us, I would buy that moment for whatever the dollars are because I think it's super cool. So it's if you prove the provenance of it, you make the clips, it's going to be a special element.
Very cool. So I worked with the World Advertising Congress, and I think about these brands.
Yep.
And if I was a brand, where would I start?
Yeah, I think so. When we have a couple of brands we're talking to right now, some of the big marketing firms, and we tell them, you have a lot of power. You have a lot of influence. And if you're not playing in the digital space, you're not playing in NFT land and Mempoverse, you're giving away dollars. You're giving away opportunity. Fans want to be a part of what you're doing. That's what a community is. So let them. Give them a chance. Just get a little out of the way and have some fun with it. And that's what our process is. What's the concept? How do we do it? But if you meet the customers where they are and they're starting to emerge in the digital space, kids spent a lot of time in COVID kind of looking at the screens, and now they want to be 3D. That's why Roblox is blown up, because kids love that.
Yeah, no, they're already in the future.
Yeah, and the part of it is all you have to do is meet them where they are, give them some cool things they want to do, and Gary Vee has done a great job of talking about this.
Hey Gary, how you doing? I haven't seen Gary and Mott for like a decade now, since he was on my show a long time ago.
What he said, it was great the other day, is he said people always want to collect stuff to stand out. That's the reason why you wear a piece of Nike shoes, Adidas,
I was
that
curious
kind of
about the mental mapping to collect something.
Well, it's the logic of why do you root for sports teams? I worked for 20 years at ESPN. Because you root for the laundry, right? It's the old Seinfeld line. But it's true. You root for your team. I'm a Mariners fan. I love watching the Mariners. I'm a Lions fan. I'm a Virginia Tech fan. I love that. I'll collect all the gear and I buy it. That stuff is out there, but what's happening now is kids are using it in a digital form as well. So let them get the actual merch and then let them get the digital merch as well. And if you choose not to do it, you're going to miss out. The analogy is everyone thought Blockbuster was going to be the king and they said Netflix isn't going to do it. Well, what's happens a couple years later, it moved digital. So it's going to keep going that direction. I heard some people out here today at the conference saying, I don't think the metaverse is going to work. Okay, I wish you the best of luck. Give it time.
Yeah, and these things are very interesting because it's like when the internet first came out, and a lot of people are like, I don't know if that's going to be a thing. And if Tim Berners-Lee would have patented and been greedy, well, he would be the king of everything.
Yeah, it's one of the things when you look at it, the tools that are coming out now, what Web3 is, and a lot of people have trying to figure it out. Think about it as you have a lot more ownership. You own your data. You own what's going on. What the metaverse is, all it is a 3D video game in the cloud that allows you to move around in that world, which we're already doing in video games. The key of it is it's going to be cloud-based, so it doesn't have to be local. You don't have to download these big games anymore. That whole thing is changing. So, yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, and that was cool. So we just had Metcon on with the show, which is the Media Entertainment Data Alliance. And people have to understand, like, this thing is actually running in sophisticated servers and things like that. And well, hey, we're running out of time.
Dude,
I'm so glad we could have you on Mark. And how do people connect up with you?
You hit me on LinkedIn. Any questions you got, and I'll happily take it. But The big thing for folks, if you want to do streaming, check out Stream My Screen. We're pretty excited about StreamMyScreen.com, the new way of SMS. Had a little fun with that. And if you want to do something in the metaverse, let us know. We're at LiveCGI.com. And if you want to check out Mempoverse, what they're building, it's one of the coolest things out there in the world. Pretty excited about it. So thanks.
Sweet. Mark's done this before. I like it.
A little years of doing Sports Center. My apologies.
Yeah, I was like going to say.
A lot of shows, roundabout, little
man, he's going to take my job.
No, I'm good, man. I'm out. I retired. All good.
Cool. All right, Mark. Well, hey, thanks for being on the show. Knuckle Bumps. Awesome work. And thanks for bringing this together to the table, because I think you have some massive services to help people scale up in the right direction.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Tim. Have a great day.